right, you learn something every day. I just been teaching or working on our culture. You're only as good as your culture. And the other day I decided we needed a CCO. They have chief executive officers, chief financial officers. I decided I wanted a chief culture officer. Someone that made sure it works culture just keeps going and going and going. So I just had a reminder of that. I was in the back and talking to Rusty. I got a hot tea so I can just my throat a little bit. I've been traveling and talking a lot, and I just spilled that all over me. And I mean, it just went boom. Rusty looked at me and just said, "Just say I bumped you." And I said, that was profound. And so I turned next to Zach. He starts taking his jersey off. I go, "What are you doing?" He said, "Give me my shirt." And I thought, now that's servant leadership.
Yes.
Oh, Zach, you're a good guy. But I decided to brave it. It's going to drive. Hey, a couple of things I'm really just excited about. I mean, what a fun time last night. I know a lot of you have been working hard, really traveling, building your business, and we get a little tired on the road. You're out of routine, you're not at home. You're thinking, I just missed some event I probably should have been at. And yet you step back and you take a deep breath and you look around and realize what we're building. I mean, a few times in life, you really get to make a difference for other people. And you step back and look around and go, hearing the thankfulness last night, the gratitudes, just hearing what it works has done for families. And, it's tough out there. It's a tough economy. And people are getting beat up. And a lot of times, people don't see they don't expect someone to see the value in them. They get in this rut. And the rut is they go to work, they do their job, and yet they feel undervalued. So then you come along and you talk to them and you tell them about this business. And you tell them that what they could do in this. And they're a little confused. They're trying to hear your message, but they're confused because somebody hasn't said to them, I value you.
That's right.
And so, what I really truly believe is that we're just giving people hope again. And it's amazing. I talked to different ones. I was talking to Bethany last night, and she said, how come I see the value in people, or I believe in them, almost before they believe in themselves? And I said, that's interesting because I get that from so many people. And I said, but think about that. We literally are changing lives and showing people that we believe in them in a world where most people are saying you have no value. And we get to value people and show them that we have something that can work for them and they can take their talents and be very successful. So take a minute here, just high five the person next to you and say, I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Believe in you.
I believe in you. I believe in you. I didn't get to talk to you last night. I really believe in you. All right. All right. How many people are using Success on Demand? Excellent, excellent. We brought that in, we put it in the back office because we so believe that, that crazy rap thing is an innovative, it separates us, best product in the world, but our real product is you.
That's right.
And we put that back there so that we could invest in you. And I just wanted to start today because, I don't think a lot of you sponsor someone, you want to tell them how to do a rap party, you want to tell them how to launch, you want to tell them steps to success, how to keep it simple. And sometimes this gets lost, but I want to make sure, especially the next couple months leading up to conference, that we're all really using that. And here's what I do. And I'm going to do this through conference. We've got 2 months to conference. And Mondays is my motivation day. So on Mondays, I go in there and I look for anything motivating. And I'm doing that for myself. But I also spread it to the people around me at the office. We do a 10:30 meeting each morning just to start the day. And, usually I'll bring that in on Mondays. Because, again, you're starting your week. You want to start being motivated.
That's right.
Tuesday is about team building. I'll pull something up in there on how to build a team. And how to treat your team. How to communicate to your team. Wednesdays is sales day. I focus on reading something in there on how to gather customers, how to sponsor someone. There's great stuff in there on sales. Thursday is leadership. Now, this is my favorite one. I read everything I can on leadership. Joel and Stephanie, where are you? You back there? Stephanie, can you hear me? When I went to Mexico, I took the book you gave me, the 12 Laws of Leadership. Great book. You know, someone asked me the other day, what's your favorite book? And I said, whatever I'm reading this week. I mean, I love to read. And I have, you know, some different areas, and I'll tell you kind of categories I read in, but I feel like I'm learning every day. That's a great book. John Maxwell has a new one out on growth, and a great book. And some of those are in the Success on Demand there. So leadership is on Thursdays. Friday is entrepreneurs. There's a lot of stuff on entrepreneurs in there. You know, we're taught, most of us, we go to school, we learn how to be a good employee. And now we're calling you entrepreneurs. And you're like, what is that? You're your own boss. You're your own CEO. You get to think for yourself. I mean, I love reading on entrepreneurs on Fridays. And then Saturday, I leave to the end of the week because it's managing people. And that sometimes can be the hardest one. You're like, my people don't want to be managed. They're like cats. It's like corralling cats. You can't do it. So I love reading on managing people and, you know, working with your teams and different personalities. I love when Pam and Mike do the colors because all of a sudden things come into focus for you on certain people. I was sitting there and I had some of my own relatives. I thought, they're green. I thought they were red. Now it makes sense. So, you know, that's just something I do each week. I wanted to share it with you that, you know, for the next 60 days going into conference, I think if you're building yourself, you come into conference. You know, people were asking me last night, tell us vision, tell us vision. You know, conference this year, we're really going to be sharing the vision for 2013, the game plan for 2013. Right now, I think what we need to have is a short-term, short-time focus. You know, we got November, we're ending in here. We call this no excuses, no time like now, November. You know, finish the magazine 2-month challenge we had out there. A lot of you are focused on maybe it's promoting to the next level this month, getting your 10, getting the top 20. You know, that magazine is so special. When you think about it, here's a successful home teaching us. And I've said this before, so if you heard it before, I'm sorry, but I just love it. I had so many people that said, you can't do that. They didn't believe in what we were doing. You know, I look back at the risk that we took, the risk that we could make this happen. You know, I look at Pam and, you know, the beginning 3 or 4 years, I was actually thinking of that this morning when I was thinking of the word risk. Pam would be on the road working, I'd be at the office trying to get everything working. She'd call and say, is everything fine? I'd say, yeah. Now, I read where if your voice goes up, it means you're not telling the truth. And so I go, yeah. And so, you know, I didn't want to tell her, no, because I knew she had to do a meeting that night. And